baby, let's just dance, dance. Let's just dance, baby. I just wanna dance, 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 dance. Can you feel it? Can you take it? Can you come and brace it? All of this electricity, do it right now, right now. Turn the volume up loud, give me your electricity.
Welcome back to the bar. This is your favorite first bitch, Christy.
And your other favorite bitch, Kelly.
Yes, Kelly, when I was walking through the French Quarter this week, they have Bitch 1 and Bitch 2 t-shirts. I know what somebody for Christmas.
Yay, just what I want.
I know, a bitch t-shirt.
Yeah. Get me
That's
do they have a tank top?
I'm not sure. It's probably like one of those shitty t-shirts.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if they have a tank top, I would rather have that.
Yeah, I'll double check
just
time.
letting you know what I'd rather have. You buy me.
I might be able to get it in a cold shoulder, like your shirt that you're wearing there.
Well, yes, I had this. This is from the show.
I recall I have it written down that you're wearing cold shoulder.
I have it on today. We still didn't find out if them are coming back. I'm sorry. I went on the Nordstrom website now, and they have cold shoulder stuff on there.
Really?
Yes. I want to know if it's back because I have a zillion of those.
Yeah.
Things. And I haven't been wearing them because I thought they were out of style.
I do have a zillion cold shoulders as well. Somebody who used to write recaps about the show actually wrote something. She's like, I need to know why these women don't have shoulders. Look, what can we say? We thought we were very trendy.
Chloe even had a cold shoulder shirt on in this episode.
I saw that. I did. I saw that.
I wanted to comment on that shirt because Paige had the same one. We bought that at like TJ Maxx or Marshall's because we always ended up having the same things because
we only had so many places to shop in Pittsburgh. Let's be real.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start off by thanking our Patreons. These are people who went over to patreon.com/backtothebar and subscribe to our monthly Patreon channel, where each week you get exclusive content, such as you get the video of our show here that we do. So if you want to watch us, you can do that. You can see Kelly's cold shoulder top. And you also get the after party, as well as we always share special, never before seen things that we have in our archives, like all the photos you shared. I will find video. I actually have great stuff from this week's episode that we can share. So it's definitely worth checking out. So again, they went over to patreon.com/backtothebar. And these are the people we'd like to thank this week. Linny, Melanie, Ashep, James, Valerie RN, Maddie, Mary Anna, Megan, Callie, Mary, Nicola, Tessa, Leanne, Alexis, Miranda, Julia, Hannah, Madison, Alyssa, Nina, Tofu Machine, Michaela, Mackenzie, Abigail, Annabelle, Hallie, Alexa, Jennifer, Irina, Kiera, Grace, Cater, Christy, Adam, Julia, Madison, Natalia, Isabel, Maria, Max, Misty Moon, Callie, Christy, Emma, Emily, Sierra, Jess, Kara and Gracie, Joelle, Microwave. Then we have Natalie, Jessica, Brooklyn, Maddie, Mariana, Steph, Helena, Brittany, Carol, Kaylee, Shelby, Madison, Nate, Jen, Brittany, Morgan, Braden, Hannah, Bailey, Victoria, Caroline, Lauren, Brandy, George, Likelmel, Andrea, Christina, Katarina, Caroline, Haley, Morgan, Najita, Hannah, Sheila, Candace, Sarah, Mia, Anthony, Amy, Sydney, Katie, Laura, Kiara, Jenny, Mackenzie, Brianna, Riley, Sydney, Mark, Alec, and Maddie. So thank you guys all so much for subscribing. They're the best. So much the best. Thank you for your support. We totally love you. And we love that we have so many friends that we get to share fun content with. So if you want to join them, go over to backtothebar.com. No, patreon.com/backtothebar and come join the party. We definitely have fun. All right. Speaking of fun, what you drinking?
I don't know if you saw it on my Instagram, but Brooke sent me
I actually
an advent calendar. She did comment on it?
I did. I sent you a DM and I said, that's cute in capitals.
24 days of wine.
That's really cute.
Loved it. So I have wine.
Yeah, that's really cute. I actually, the minute I saw it,
when
I
she
went on.
sent it to me, I was like, oh, like, was I doing it? Supposed to do an ad for them or something? And she's like, no, Mom, I sent you that. She's like, I knew you liked wine, so I thought you would like it. I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah.
She was probably waiting for like a thank you. And I'm like, so that's why I ended up posting it
because you're like, just in case I'm supposed to tag them. Here you go. I'm kind of boring, but I'm nervous that I made this too strong. I just have a vodka cranberry, but I put some cranberries in it for fun.
That's cool.
Yeah. I
left over from Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. It's strong.
It's very red.
It's very
when I make
strong.
a vodka and cranberry, it's like clear with like it's the color of your shirt.
Yeah.
Your sweater.
Well,
I think you got a lot of cranberry in there.
I do have a lot of cranberry, but I have a lot of vodka in there as well. Ugh. Well, we'll see.
Guess what I bought to make this weekend?
What?
I bought a pineapple. Did you ever cut up a pineapple and put it in? Normally I soak it with vodka.
That's my favorite.
But I saw on Facebook, somebody said to do it with that coconut rum. So I'm soaking my pineapple in coconut rum. And it's going to taste
bring
like
that for your snack.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Do not show up with that as your snack next week.
I won't.
Because you'll be drunk.
I'm planning on that being my snack all weekend.
Okay. That's my favorite. I actually just bought do you know those carts like that everybody has at the wedding? You know, like people put cupcakes or the shower. Well, I didn't buy this. Diane bought one for Brittany's wedding.
Yeah, I saw it.
I want that. I was like, what are you doing after the wedding? I want to buy that because I said I would put it out under my pool house in the summer and do like 3 different like fruits with vodka in it and just keep coolers, like not coolers, but what are they called? Like oh, you know what I mean? Like
a dispenser of them?
Yeah, that's like a dispenser. And I would put it under my pool house and she's like, I'm keeping this. I was like, okay, I'll just buy my own. But I thought that would be really cute under my pool house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it doesn't go bad. You know, it's not like it's going to go bad.
No, the longer you leave it in, the more flavor the vodka has.
Yeah. There's a restaurant that does that here. And it's my
favorite. There is
to
here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it all the time. But I just get it straight.
Yeah, me too.
Like I don't mix anything with it. So it really gets you drunk.
Yeah. That's how I get mine. And so
really get you drunk.
If I go there for brunch, I'm like done for the rest of the day.
Doesn't that sound good though with the coconut, with the pineapple? I'm thinking it's going to taste like a pineapple. I'll have to remind me. I'll have to let you know how it tastes.
Yeah, that sounds yum.
Yeah.
Well, that's a perfect segue because this week's episode is all about Florida and that's such a tropical drink.
Yes.
Oh, you know, so when I was looking up this episode, when I was looking to find it, I was having a hard time finding the right episode because the lost episode is really episode 9.
9. Yeah. So I wrote on my papers because I did my notes. Yeah. And I wrote on my papers episode 9. And then I looked back at it for something and I'm like, it says it's 10. And
it is.
Like, I have it as 9. So I went on and looked and they just skipped 9.
Yep. They skipped 9. So this is actually episode 10, but they have it listed in a lot of places as 9. So 9, 10, we're just going to call it 10 because we did 9, you know, not a fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is Miami Heat Wave. And what's interesting about this is that we filmed this episode in January, like at the end of January, and it aired like at the beginning of March. So our turnaround time at this point was like 5-6 weeks. It was insanely fast. If people in TV or whatever know anything, like that's a crazy turnaround.
Yeah. That's why we had to do so many episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was like we were constantly doing
churning them out.
Usually there's 13 episodes. We did, I think it was 29 in this one.
Yeah. Plus all the specials that we did, which we had to film. And we always say that Mondays when we had off, we didn't really have Mondays off because we always had interviews or we always had to shoot promos for Lifetime on Mondays. Yeah. So even on our day off, we really weren't off.
Yeah.
And we used to get so pissed. But anyway, let's get into this week's episode because actually there's a lot of scoop about this episode that I remember personally, and I'm sure you do as well. Do you remember what happened in this week's episode? Like behind the scenes?
No.
This
I
was
will once you remind me. But
I will. I'll remind you when we get there. And then we'll
Okay.
talk about what the real scandal was in the after party. Because this is the week the girls got the iPads.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you know.
Oh,
like,
yes.
now-
I remember for sure now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I remember why we got them. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think they actually aired this out of order of when that fight actually took place. So we'll get into that. All right.
Okay.
So the show opens up with a shot of Pittsburgh, but it's actually just the studio. And of course, Abby is screaming at the girls to come
Let's
into
go.
studio.
Come on.
Let's go. And
Come on.
the girls shuffle in. The girls are actually coming in before us, which, by the way, we're wearing our shoes in case you're worried.
I know.
So you must have got your way with somebody. Maybe
don't
somebody
know,
wanted to
though.
sleep
Do
with you.
we-
They were trying to make you happy.
Yeah. Did we wear them the rest of the time though? I thought
No,
we still took them off.
we
Yeah.
sure don't.
Yeah.
We sure don't. No way. So we come in. Well, the girls are all really smiley when they come in. Brooke is smiling at Abby when she walks in. I
Yeah.
don't hate my coat that I'm wearing. I don't hate it. It's not my favorite, but I don't hate it. But then Abby immediately starts in on the girls that, what was it called like Fire and Ice, like Supreme or some shit, whatever
Yeah.
it was called.
Yeah.
It was a real disappointment because we were invited back as winners and we didn't even place. And that is not acceptable because the 6 of them weren't in unison. The group dance needs to be cleaner. And Abby tells us in her interview that it was a complete train wreck and partner work needs to be in sync. And Mackenzie is just nodding knowingly with her. She's like, yeah, totally, Miss Abby. And you tell us in your interview that you're sick of Abby coming down on the girls. And how can they be amazing on stage when their teacher repeatedly knocks you down and diminishes your confidence? And Abby always blames someone else. Because the girls didn't lose because they weren't in sync. They lost because it was so inappropriate. They never aired it a second time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she always blames it on somebody else. We
Never
told
her
her
fault.
before we even did it, we thought we were going to be disqualified.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't at her girlfriend's competition, we probably
we
would
would
have
have
been
been.
disqualified.
For sure.
Yeah. But we
For
were
sure.
at her girlfriend's thing.
Yeah,
So.
but we didn't win because we weren't in unison or we weren't all together. It's such a hypocritical thing because if the girls say like, well, that wasn't my fault. She's like, you need to take responsibility, but
Mhm.
she literally never does. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to point out that Chloe's red leotard, I love. It was that velvet one with like the mesh sleeves with the rhinestones. I think I gave it to Paige after she grew out of it. That was such a pretty
don't know.
leotard. I think Paige had that. It was pretty. But wanted to point that out.
Okay.
Love that one. So then we get to Pyramid, and the bottom row is Mackenzie because her acting could have been bigger and longer. What is
And her
long acting,
feet.
Kel?
Turn your feet out. She said.
Yeah.
Turn your feet out.
Turn your feet out when you walk, but I need to know what longer acting is.
Yeah. What did longer mean?
I don't know, but whatever
Maybe
it is.
just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe just doing it the whole way through, Maybe she only
Maybe.
acted like in the beginning. I don't know.
I don't
Who
know.
knows?
I'd like
Who knows the way
clarification
Abby
of that.
thinks? Yeah.
I don't want to know. And then next is Paige. And the reason Paige is next is because Abby spent the whole day with her in the dressing room.
In the dressing room.
She wasn't utilizing her spare time.
Meanwhile, it was Paige just sitting there by herself.
Uh,
Because I guarantee you, every single one of those girls was sitting doing the exact same thing Paige was doing.
couldn't agree more. And when we're filming for competition, we're in that dressing room for what, 10 to 12 hours?
Hours, yeah.
So maybe the 2 hours that Abby was out having lunch, Paige was like working on whatever. And the other 8 hours, that was her free time. And trust
Exactly.
me, it's not free time. Free on camera.
No, it isn't at all.
No,
But I can guarantee you, if Paige was doing something free time, so was everybody else.
of
She
course.
just had nothing else to bitch at Paige about.
Nope. But Paige doesn't utilize her spare time. I just needed to point that out. Then Nia is
Okay.
next because she just needs to see more from Nia. That's all. And Holly
How
says,
about Holly? She's frustrated.
yeah, Holly, same.
She's on the bottom again and again and again.
And she's
like, I'm with you, Holly.
And Holly says Nia is doing everything she possibly can to get ahead. Well, that's not true. She didn't buy a massage or a bench. You could do other things. Then the middle row, Chloe is next, and she did a nice job on her solo, but she's 10 years old in the 10-12 category and needs to dance like a 12-year-old. So then I, in my interview, say that Chloe competed against girls years older than her and still got second. Abby is ridiculous and only cares if Chloe didn't win first place. I can tell you, just watching that is a pickup. That was a line that I had to say to make that episode.
To make it work, yeah.
Because I sound so like bad actressy in it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm not winning an Oscar for this. Terrible. Brooke is up again. And once again.
Did they show Brooke solo?
No.
So she's on at the top of the pyramid and won her whole category.
Yeah.
And she's the youngest in the category and won the whole category. And they didn't show the dance.
Nope.
Like, why?
Nope.
Why would you not show that dance?
They showed Maddie's dance. They showed Raven. Why wouldn't they have shown Brooke's dance?
I don't know. They didn't. But then, so you would think that they wouldn't mention it, but they mention it.
Yeah.
That's why she was up there.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, for sure. I was just going to say, she won first place, but you said that. And then at the top, Maddie is at the top, and Abby challenged her to stay there 2 weeks in a row, but now the challenge has increased to 3 weeks. But I just want to point out,
she's in there the rest of the season.
Yeah. Challenge accepted. I got it. Yeah. But I want to point out that Abby herself kept saying last week, like, Maddie has the choreography to do this. So you really control the outcome of the pyramid.
Yeah.
And also, my question is that if Brooke was in the 13 to 15 category and she still won first place, why wouldn't Brooke have been at the top if she was at the top?
I agree with that.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
She was the youngest in the category and won. Wasn't Maddie the oldest in her category?
Yes.
So Brooke should have been on top. Yes.
Sure. But again, it's just the difference in Abby's presentation. Like, she's so sweet. Like, I challenge you to make it, again, not it's hard to get there. It's harder to stay. Everybody's after you. And then in her interview, Maddie said she's happy to be on the top of the pyramid 2 weeks in a row, but she feels bad for the other girls because they work hard too. So Abby then tells us that this week's competition is American Dance Alliance, and we're going to Miami, Florida. And Chloe apparently wants to go to the beach. She was so excited.
How about all of us? I am like smiling from ear to ear. Like, I've never been to Florida.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we were going to Bali or something. It's like freaking Florida. And we were all so excited.
Maybe we were happy we didn't have to ride the bus. I think that might've been it.
I have no idea, but we were way too excited.
We were really excited. Okay. So then Abby tells us that she loves Miami. It's tropical, exciting, fun, and fast-paced. And then in Pyramid, she says there's sun, there's sand, and there's pool boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She liked the pool boys.
She does like a pool boy. And so then she gives us our group dances, or I'm sorry, not just our group dances, our dance assignments for the week. So the group dance, everyone's going to be in it, and it's going to be beach fun, and it's musical theater. And Mackenzie says, even me. And Abby says, even you, which makes me think that Abby told her to say that.
Yeah.
You can always tell when Abby tells Kenzie to say stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Abby wants the girls to think of Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon in Beach Blanket Bingo. And before we even get to Paige's interview, before we even get there, her face, like, she looks at Chloe, her face is screwed up like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Exactly. She's like, who is that you're talking about?
And then
beach bingo? What is beach bingo?
I know, but it was hysterical because she didn't even say it.
Little does she know her mom plays bingo in Florida every week.
Yeah. Well, you should have schooled her in what beach blanket bingo was.
I know, God.
But it's funny in her interview when she says that, Abby wants them to do Annette Funicelli. She says Funicelli instead of Funicelli. Because she's never heard of her name.
Yeah, she has no clue. It's the producers were telling her what to say, how to say it.
Of course. And then in Pyramid, Abby wants the moms to show the girls old movies so the girls can see what it's all about that's going to be in their group number. It's 60s, it's the pony, it's swim, it's cute, 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 and fun in the sun. And while they're doing that, they show Chloe and Nia like doing the swim and they're like laughing and having fun. And I'm like, more of this, more of this.
Yeah.
It's cute.
It is.
And Abby in interview says she wants to see big, high ponytails, big, beautiful smiles, and itsy bitsy
tiny bikinis.
60s bikinis. Oh, then she goes on to
Gotta
give
be
assignments.
skimpy, right?
Skimpy.
Last
not
week we were naked.
sexy.
Last
week we had a
were
big
naked.
fan. This week we have a big umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Look, as long as there's something to hide behind, all is well.
Yes.
So then she hands out solos. She gives Maddie a solo. It's lyrical. It's called All of My Life. Chloe gets a solo, contemporary lyrical, Send Down Your Love. Nia gets a solo, acro jazz. I think it's called Bela. I think that's what it's called. Then she says she's going to have a trio, and it's Chloe, Maddie, and then dun, dun, dun. We get a little bit of like drama, and it's Paige, and they all scream and hug. And then in Holly's interview, she says, it'd be nice if Nia was considered for the trio. This was a possible opportunity. And once again, Nia is overlooked. And I just want to say,
didn't she get a solo?
She got a solo. Yep. But I want to say, like, yes, she wanted her in the trio. And in my opinion, if you, and again, I sound like a shit because I keep saying stuff like this. And Chloe has a solo and a trio, but put Nia in the trio, give Mackenzie and Brooke the solos. And you know what I mean? It's like, why do two kids have 3 dances and other kids don't have, they have 1? It's too, it's not fair to the kids who don't have the dance, but then it's also too hard on the kids that do. Like there's a balance, like give like each kid 2 dances a week. And then they're not burnt out. They don't forget. And then people don't feel bad. And guess what? Everyone watching the show has different favorites that they want to see dance.
Exactly.
You don't have to see the kids all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, so then Paige raises her hand.
She probably wants to shoot herself.
And she lets Abby know that she has to get warts cut out of her feet tomorrow. And you tell Abby that the doctor said Paige would be fine to dance in 3 days. And Abby says they'll be cutting it really close. And she doesn't want to put Paige in a trio and have her be in physical pain while learning it. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And then you say you can't change the appointment. It's already been changed like 15 times and Paige is having trouble walking. And Abby says she's going to think about it and she might put someone else in the trio. You had to change the appointment 15 times because every time we had a day off to go get them done,
we had to go in.
Happen, we had to go in.
Exactly.
But also I want to point out that plantar's warts are very common. I think every one of those kids had plantar's warts cut out.
Yeah. And it's a viral thing. So like, I think like, just like if the floors are dirty and stuff, if somebody has one, can't somebody else get it?
I think so. And I'm not 100%
I'm not
sure,
positive
but I also
about
think
that, but I know everybody had them.
Yeah. And it lives in your body because it's a virus too.
Yeah.
Like I remember when Chloe had all of hers cut out, it was terrible.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough. But yeah. And then Abby does tell her plantar warts, are they plantars or plantar?
Plantar, I think. We went, like you said, like Chloe said how it hurt. Paige went directly from the doctor's office to dance class. Yuck.
Yes.
I wouldn't have walked for 3 days.
Oh, for sure. I've
been having my foot up and soaking that up.
Can you please bring me a cocktail?
Yes.
So Abby says plantar warts are common in dancers. God, I can't say these words. And removing them can put kids out of dance for 1 to 2 weeks. And then she says in Pyramid, Paige needs to get that fixed. It takes priority. Okay. Wow. I'm shocked by that.
Yeah.
And they're going to start with the group. It's going to be a long week. And then she tells the girls, suck up the
Stop
yawns, yawning in my face, and then dismisses us.
But did you see the 2 that were yawning?
Who was it?
Maddie and Mackenzie.
Oh, interesting. I didn't
it wasn't
notice
ours.
That.
I think that's who it was.
Does that mean they'll be at the bottom of the pyramid next week?
I doubt it.
Yes. All right. So we see some cows, so we know what's coming.
No, we're going to Ohio.
So
Yay.
Cathy is in the studio with Kendall, and she's giving her a private, and she's giving her directions. Kendall is doing, it says a lyrical acrobatic solo, but that dance is not lyrical. So I don't know where that came from. It's more jazz. But when Kendall has her arms up in fifth, Cathy is giving her corrections to pull her shoulders down. And you can see such a huge difference in what Kendall looked like with just that small correction. And like, that's to me, like Cathy is helping her. Like she's trying to give her corrections that are constructive, that are helpful, that like
not just screaming in your face.
At her. Right.
Yeah. And when you say put your shoulders down, like when you're like maybe they don't know how, like,
right. It feels
like
weird.
if you show them what it should feel like, then they will know what it feels like, you know?
Right. Because if you're up like this, you feel like, well, my shoulders are up. How do I put them down? So they put them down with their arms. Yes.
Yeah.
But I thought that was great that you saw the difference there. And Cathy actually points that out.
And she was very positive.
Yeah. She gives her double high fives. And she says that Abby is great pointing out her flaws, but is she great at fixing them? She's not. And with Caddies
with her tutelage
slip.
I love the word tutelage. I'm like,
with Cathy's tutelage and the candy apple name, Kendall is going to really blossom.
Yeah.
But Jill does agree with Cathy.
An apple.
Oh, he's an apple blossom.
Mm-hmm.
Jill tells Cathy that she can't believe in 15 minutes that she already fixed 3 to 4 things. And Cathy says that Candy Apples has what it takes, the foundation. She says, we've got the core, no pun intended.
Yeah.
And Kendall's doing really well, and she has big plans for her. But Jill in her interview says that she really hopes that Cathy's big plans are in line with her big plans.
The same as hers, yeah.
What are Jill's big plans?
Exactly.
So then we're back in Pittsburgh, and the girls are shown rehearsing. Abby tells us she wants to take the girls back to the era of innocence. I mean, I think too, after having them be naked showgirls, innocence is great.
Did you see the eyes in the back of my head costume again?
Yeah. In rehearsal, Abby threatens to break someone's foot if they don't point it. I think we should have a drink just for
I think that was
violence.
Definitely my favorite line. If you don't point that foot, I'm going to come break it.
Yes.
Who says that shit?
I don't know, but I have to think in the year 2022, we wouldn't be allowed to show that on TV.
No.
I'm thinking no.
But why were we allowed back then?
I don't think that we were. I think people were just like, this is a shocking moment. Let's show it. So we're upstairs. And you tell us that Paige will be very upset if she can't do the trio. I am all in on whatever is happening inside that room. I am like, my eyeballs are glued. I am double holding.
Are they doing the trio?
No, they're doing the group dance, but I am very invested. You can see my coffee cup. I'm gripping it tightly with both hands.
You don't have it hidden today?
No, it's in full view.
My.
You actually see my coffee cup quite a few times in this episode.
Oh, yeah?
And then you tell us that Paige is going to dance even if her foot hurts because she doesn't want to be replaced. Oh my God, in the trio.
You're like
again.
Me. It's usually me that can't talk.
And then Melissa asks about the timing. She's like, why are you having her warts removed now? And you say, because Paige is having trouble walking. Like,
yeah, like to me, it's not worth my kid to be in pain just to do a trio. I would rather her not be in the trio.
Yes. You also have a coffee cup along with a bag of chips, by the way. You brought a snack.
Of course I have a snack. I am a fat ass. I always have snacks.
And then in your interview, you say that Abby says dancers dance through pain. That's fine on Broadway, but Paige is 11. And if she can't dance, she's not dancing. Can we point out, you know how she always says terrible parenting?
Yeah.
That's good parenting.
Yeah, you would think.
I think it is.
Yeah.
And then you ask if Abby said anything specific about the trio. And I say no. And I thought she would have, because she wants us to know No, because she wants to know who could the swing be, since Nia would have gladly stepped in. And Holly agrees that Nia was pretty much volunteering herself. And Holly tells us again, she's continuously frustrated with Abby, and Nia has much to offer and great potential, but Abby only sees one aspect of Nia, and Holly is beginning to believe she'll never get a trio, and Holly is sick and tired of it.
I just thought that whole argument was so weird.
Oh, well, we're going to get into it.
Why would you argue about a trio when you have a solo?
I don't know.
Like, normally Nia doesn't have anything.
Right.
So you would think she would complain more the other weeks. And she made such a big deal about it this week, and she had a solo.
I
you would think she would be like jumping for joy. She had a solo.
Yeah, because she wanted the solo in the past. I don't know if there's more to that we weren't aware of or don't remember. Because I thought it was odd too, but it's like, sometimes I don't remember every little piece of everything, you know?
Well, I definitely don't, but that just seemed really odd to me because I don't know.
Right. I agree.
Why would you complain if you have a solo?
Totally. But then upstairs, Holly says Nia is giving 110%. I agree that she is giving 110%, but Abby can't even give her 50. And then I say that Holly has very valid points, and if she feels that strongly, she should tell Abby. It's like I'm feeding her to the sharks. I'm like,
how about me? I'm sitting there like, no.
Yeah, did you say no?
I'm like, no.
That's funny. And
like, why would you do that, Holly? Yeah. Don't do it.
Don't go.
Hey, I tried. I warned her.
No good comes from that room.
Yes.
Never a good outcome. And Holly hopes she can be calm like she usually is, but usually she's not as ticked as she is tonight. And then she tells us in her interview that Abby didn't give Nia the trio, and maybe she should speak up and remind her that if Paige is unable to perform, Nia could step in. So we all wish her luck. She heads downstairs.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Good luck with that, Holly.
Godspeed. Bye. So Holly opens the door, and Abby immediately is just like, what are you opening the door for? And she's like, I'm going to come to your school. I'm going to walk into your office, and I'm going to interrupt you because it's ridiculous. And Holly goes, well, sure, go ahead, because parents do it all the time.
I loved Holly's response there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In her interview, Abby says there's nothing more invasive than being interrupted. Holly is a principal. She should understand. Then we see Abby and Holly talking out in like the little area that used to have the snack machines and like the drink machines and like the bulletin board. That's where that candy machine was that had Vivi's like
Vivi on
person.
it. Yeah.
It was right there. And so Holly says that Nia would like to be considered for the trio. And Holly reminds Abby, you said you would consider Nia, but then you looked at her, then beyond her in pyramid. And Abby's face the entire time Holly is talking is just like she makes the dumbest face. It's like annoyed. And it's like, I'm getting ready. It's like, I can't even do it. Abby just immediately is so on the attack. She's like, you have no idea what you're talking about. You're so far off. You have no clue. She loves to say we have no clue. That's one of her favorites.
How about this is my domain? I'm the principal here.
I'm getting there. I'm not even there yet. Because I had to take a minute because in her interview, before we get to that, when she tells us that she was already planning to use Nia as a swing, but Holly wouldn't give her 3 seconds to share that information.
Okay, but in the other trios, like Kendall was in the room while they were learning. Was Nia even in the room when they were learning it? If she was the swing, Nia would have been in there.
Right. But Kelly, I couldn't get past in Abby's interview. Clearly, to prepare for Miami, she went to the tanning bed because she had the biggest white raccoon circles.
Like Trump.
They were like, her goggles were obviously very big on her face, and she was orange. And then she had those tanning circles. So then this is when the fight starts to get a little bit more intense. Abby tells Holly that Paige might not be able to do the dance. And so Nia it is. And Nia has a solo. And Holly asks why Abby couldn't share that information. And Abby says it's because Holly interrupts her unnecessarily. That's not a good answer, Abby. She doesn't know what Abby's master plan is. Abby yells at Holly has no idea. I'm upstairs and I say, you think Abby would have a little respect? why would I think Abby would have a little respect?
Exactly. When has she ever?
Yeah. And they're down there screaming, and they cut to us upstairs. And like, I'm texting on one hand on my phone, drinking my coffee, air quotes, in the other hand, you're kind of like staring off into space. Melissa's like glazed over. We are not even phased at that point that they're screaming.
Exactly. They're screaming at the top of their lungs. And we're just like, oh, thank God. Because we're sitting there thinking, thank God it's not me.
Yes. Oh, that's all I ever thought.
It's not me down there.
Thank God. And Holly says that all Abby needs to do is to let her know they're on the same page. And Abby turns and says, it's not about what Holly is thinking. Abby doesn't give a crap what Holly is thinking. Holly disagrees. It is about what Holly is thinking because she's Nia's mother. She's looking out for her daughter, and her word trumps that of a dance teacher all the time. And that's when Abby says, not inside this dance studio, sweetheart. This is my domain. I'm the principal. It's my office. And I'm like, my face. Holly says that Abby fails to realize that she can't control Holly. And Abby says she doesn't fail to realize anything. They continue to scream, and Abby yells at Holly, get the hell out, go. And the mom
said she will not be bossed around in her studio. Mm-hmm. How was Holly bossing her around?
She's not. I
mean, she was just like having a conversation, like, why can't my daughter be the swing or whatever? And
no, and Holly
I don't think she's bossing you around.
She wasn't bossing her around. She was asking a question, and she started off very rational, even keeled, because Holly always does.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Abby took it to the nth degree, because the next thing you see is Holly leaving and the front desk, and you asking if she's leaving, and Holly is getting in her van, which, by the way, you can see a big pothole. It's like glistening in the sun or in the snow. But that fight did not go like that. That fight went on for a long time.
Yeah. Yes.
And there was a lot more to that. A lot more. The girls were in the bathroom. They were crying. They were like hiding. I mean, it
was not a good night. That's for sure.
And that's why I don't think it happened at the night of Pyramid. I thought it happened the second night. Like, I thought, although I guess we had the same clothes on. So
but
maybe
sometimes they would call us and say, we're the same outfit.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have been sitting upstairs reacting like in those clothes. I don't know. Maybe it did happen that day. My memory could be wrong, but I just thought it happened later in the week, but I could be totally wrong.
I don't remember.
Oh, let me just continue to hold my drink, because we're now back on the next day, and Abby is wearing a headband.
Yay!
It's white.
Yay.
That's not very good. I think there's too much cranberry in it.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very bitter. So we're in the group rehearsal, and Abby notices that Nia is missing, and she's like, where is she? And the girls look terrified because
of the night before.
Absolutely. Yeah. Abby says after last night's blow up, she thought Holly would have come to her senses. Nia needs to be at rehearsal, and Holly needs to grow up. And then Abby tells the girl they have 2 days before competing against kids who dance at a studio and at school. I don't know how Abby could have thought Holly was going to show up, knowing the full scope of what that fight really was.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because that fight was ugly.
Yes.
It was bad.
Yeah. I can't believe Holly came back.
I think Holly was not given many choices to come back.
Well, I think,
obviously.
Exactly. I've been in that position.
Oh, same.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have one of the most iconic scenes
we do
ever to come out of dance.
Yes.
It's Kelly and I sitting upstairs, and I go, and then there were two.
Nobody likes us. The two bitches are left. Yeah, that's so funny. I mean, who would have thought like something as stupid as that got so popular? You know?
I know.
Like, did you see that Selena Gomez and what's her name did it? It was like, oh, mom, you made it now.
Yeah.
She's like,
yeah. Oh, I know. Everybody does it. I told you when Clara found out that was us, she wanted to kill herself. She did not know that was us. And she was in my car one day, and she goes, and then there were two. And I was like, because it says two bitches.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? It's a TikTok sound. And I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute. I'm like, it is not a TikTok sound. I was like, that is your mother and Kelly. And she's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not. And
Oh, that's funny.
we were fighting about it. And finally I pulled up the clip and she was like, oh my God. She's like, I quoted that in front of my friends. And she goes, I'm going through the 27 stages of grief or whatever it was. 7 stages. I don't know. She's like, I'm going through the 7 stages of grief. And she's like, why can't you just be a normal mother? And I'm like, I thought that made me cool. It doesn't.
No.
Yeah. It is funny to see it like in real life because it has become.
I don't even remember like saying like, I mean, it was like nothing. I don't know.
But
Funny.
that's how all of the stuff that we said, it was really nothing. It's just us being us.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's really what it's like. Like it wasn't like we sat there and thought about how can we say
what to say. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we always just said shit. So then in your interview, you say you don't blame Holly or Nia for skipping rehearsal. She wouldn't look at Abby either after she talked to her that way. And Abby always pushes and she hopes that she didn't push too far this time. And then Abby is yelling at our kids and we're talking if Holly will come back. And I say that I texted Holly and she said that she's not good. And we talk about how we can't imagine her not going to Miami, especially since Nia has a solo. But where's Melissa during this? Why isn't she upstairs?
I don't know. Maybe she's at the front desk.
Yeah,
working.
maybe. But I thought it was odd that she wasn't there. And I, in my interview, say losing Holly would be devastating because she's our center and she keeps us sane. And I say, if you could call us sane, believe it or not, I don't even know how I said it, but it was kind of funny.
I don't know that we were ever sane.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. But you feel bad because Nia's going to be behind and Abby ends rehearsal saying that everyone's replaceable. And all I wrote next to that was gag.
That's her, like,
yes, we know, we've heard.
Yeah, but you can't replace us. So
yeah, exactly. Which makes
and we can't leave
so
either.
ironic.
So we're all screwed.
Everybody's screwed. All of us.
Yep.
Then we see a sign for medical and surgical foot specialist, but I have to say that sign right below it is a sign for a mani and a pedi.
So go get your warts taken off your foot and then go get
a pedi. And so you check in at the doctor's office and you tell us again that Paige is having plantar warts removed and she has 2 days to heal because of competition this weekend. And we see a consultation with the doctor and you tell him that she's a dancer. And when she turns, the wart on the ball of her foot really hurts. Then we get a nice close up of Paige's feet. Which nobody wants to see their feet on TV.
She should have went for the pedi. Definitely.
And the doctor says that because she's a dancer, you know that she wants to be back on her feet, but an infection, slow healing, or discomfort could prolong her being able to dance. And what matters more is that Paige is feeling okay and the doctor clears her. You again say that Paige is in pain when she walks and you're stepping up as a mom and you're putting her health first. And that's me clapping.
Yeah.
Because we always got in trouble if we tried to like put our kids' health first. So the doctor starts zapping the warts with the most aggressive sound over or whatever sound effects.
Okay, but
warts.
Yeah, it's gross. But did you notice that when he was asking her about her warts, she did not have a coat on. Mm-hmm. And when he zapped them, she had a coat on. Now, why would she have her coat off and put it on to get that done? Like that made no sense. I think it was like out of sequence or something. Yeah. Because why would she put her coat on to have the surgery done?
I don't know. I did notice that. But the zaps are very aggressive.
They were they're so good with their sound effects.
It sounded like a bug zapper outside in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you leave and you see Paige limping a little bit. And we're back at the studio. Abby is rehearsing Maddie's solo in Studio A. Abby tells us in her interview that this is a stellar routine for Maddie. It has all the elements and her transitions are lovely. And Abby is wearing a headband. So
how about her telling Maddie, all her life has been dance.
Mm-hmm.
They all started at the same age.
I know. And they're all in the same classes. They all go to the same. Yeah. Like they all have the same schedule. They all go to the same
Exactly.
competitions.
Exactly. So, whatever.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So she's been dancing all her life, dreams coming true and setting goals. And that's what she needs to convey to the judges. And then we see her rehearsing with Chloe, who Chloe tells us she's excited for the solo this week because last week she did a more dark piece. Abby reminds Chloe that her toughest competition flies on the plane with her from Pittsburgh. But you be confident and pretend you're going after 12 and 13-year-olds. And she gives her kind of like a high five and she's like, see ya. It's just so funny. So we're back in Candy Apples in Ohio, and Kendall walks into Candy Apples wearing her pink ALDC coat. She's wearing her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She's wearing.
I didn't notice that. That's funny.
Yep. And Cathy tells Jill when she walks in, she grabs her because she says she's so excited. She's beaming. She's like absolutely beaming. She's like, I got Kendall a gig, as they say in Hollywood. A gig. She's going to dance for the Harlem Globetrotters at halftime. And Jill's like, wow, fun. That's adorable. This is a perfect fit for Kendall. And they're just so excited. And Jill says thanks to Cathy. And then Kendall gets in class. Then we see you upstairs with a sewing needle wearing this shirt. That's your culture shirt.
There.
You're wearing it. We're in trio rehearsal. Abby tells them to tell the story and to dance. It's not easy. Abby's still wearing her headband if you're thirsty. Drink, headband. Okay. So in her interview, Abby says the trio is perfectly suited for the girls, but some steps are difficult. This is advanced choreography. And Abby's, she acknowledges Paige's pain, but she tells her to cowboy up. But tell Abby if she can't do the steps because her feet are sore. And then Paige is shown rehearsing by herself with Chloe and Maddie watching. We never did that. And no. Abby's like, I know your feet hurt, but you do the dance by yourself instead of saying, Paige, watch them dance, let your feet recover a little bit and only do it once at the end. But it's just like, remember how I said, keep that in mind, that feet are first? Because she really gets on Paige here.
Yeah. And she get in both dances, Paige has like special parts. Yeah. She never does. So why did you give them to her this week, the week that she's having surgery?
Well, I don't know. I have my thoughts and suspicions. How about you?
Yeah, me too.
Paige says that her warts removed yesterday and her feet are so sore, but she's just trying to do her best. And Abby is shown, she's still correcting Paige. You're sewing upstairs. And Abby's like, is that foot supposed to be pointed or flexed? And Paige is like, pointed. She's like, really? Like really rude. You and Melissa have a quick conversation about what the doctor said. And you said that Paige can dance as long as there's no blistering. And Abby asked Paige if it hurts to point her foot. And Paige says a little bit. And Abby says, well, I hope because it looks like this. She's being rude. And Paige tells us she doesn't want to be replaced in the trio again. So Abby stops rehearsal and tells Paige that she knows her foot hurts. But Paige also forgot a section. She tells Paige if she dances like that at competition, they have no chance at winning.
No shot of winning.
She's going to pull her from the number.
Way to boost her confidence.
Yeah, but hold on a second. Why are you making her dance alone and do it extra times?
I don't know. Maybe because she don't know it. I don't know. I think they all three did it. Like they went up one at a time and did it. I think
they never did that.
Never. No, because the trio is all about timing.
Yes.
So why would you in spacing and so why would you do it separate?
No. Again, I think it was just an excuse to make Paige suffer, honestly.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, so we now see Abby sitting at the front desk. In walks Holly with Nia. Holly's like, go ahead, you sit right there. So Nia sits on Jill's bench.
On Jill's bench. At least they got some use.
Exactly. Because who's going to sit on that bench inside of that doorway?
Exactly.
No. Yeah. In Abby's interview, she says, Holly blew up at me the other night because she wants Nia to be in the trio, but they've been absent for a day and a half. The team leaves for competition tomorrow. And then Nia just looks scared.
Yeah. She's like, oh God. Holly looks like she wants to shoot herself for having to go in and say that.
For sure.
Because I know I've been in that position that, you have to go back.
Yeah. And you have to
and then make you be the idiot to Not Abby calling and asking Nia to come back. It has to be like us begging to come back.
Please take her.
Yeah.
Please, please. What's funny is that Holly says to Abby that she wants Nia to return and she doesn't want what happened to interfere with her dance progress. And Abby says to her, she would never let a kid's parent hold them back.
Hello, McFly. Yeah, me. I couldn't believe those words came out of her mouth. I mean, our kids are on the pyramid, on the bottom of the pyramid every week because of things that we do. So that's holding our kids back because of what we do.
Yeah, speechless. Just speechless. Holly says that she returned to the studio to teach Nia how to take the high road, be the bigger person and not run from your problems. I'm thinking she returned to the studio because she has a contract, but that's just me.
Yeah.
So when Holly comes upstairs, we're obviously glad she's back. And she says the hardest thing was walking through the door because she didn't want to.
I know. We know how you feel, Holly.
Yeah. And she tells us that Nia wanted to come back and was worried about the group dance, this morning. And I say she's a team player. And that is how all the kids really were. Like they were always so worried, like they were worried. And honestly, they were probably worried because they needed to make sure that they didn't get in trouble, but they were also worried about protecting us and worried about their friends. And like it's amazing those kids didn't have ulcers at all times.
I know.
Holly tells us that Nia has a passion for dance. So if Holly has to deal with the evil witch Abby, she will. I loved it. Loved it. And in rehearsal, Abby tells Nia not to make mistakes because she missed rehearsal where Abby had time for them. Okay, no pressure. That seems easy.
Yeah.
Maybe she can practice in Florida.
On her own.
Yeah.
Not like, maybe Gianna can help you like she helps the other ones.
Nope.
But
no,
she made sure to say she practiced on her own.
Yep. You can practice on your own. And Holly says that she wants Nia to do a good job, but she's worried that this week has been too much. Hello, of course.
But that's why they make that happen. Because Nia had a solo and they wanted her to screw up. That's what they do every time Paige has a solo. Yeah. Because they know that'll mess them up.
Fluster them. And then they get drama. And guess what? They're going to get Nia drama.
Yeah.
They for sure are going to get it. So then Nia's rehearsing her solo. Abby is screaming corrections. Like when she's doing the suit news, she's like, make those ankles touch. And she's shoving a pen between her feet, like her ankles.
Those ankles together.
Yeah. Abby just in her interview is like, well, she missed a day and a half. She doesn't know if she'll pull it off, but she better after all the trouble her mother has caused. But she's not going to hold the kid back because of her mother's actions. Remember? Yeah.
But she better nail it.
Mm-hmm. So then we see us loading up the bus.
How about me pulling the suit? I have 2 suitcases.
Yes.
Pulling them in the snow.
Yes.
Like, could anybody have helped me?
No.
I see that.
And if you would have slipped.
And I had a bag on my back. My carpet bag.
And you had heels on.
Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm. I say in my interview, I'm excited to leave Pittsburgh winter for Miami. And on the bus, Abby tells the girl to be on their best behavior at the airport. And the competition starts now. Because one of our kids are not on their best behavior.
Exactly.
Please. Those kids like, ugh.
And how about you? You say you're glad to have relaxation time.
I don't know.
Think we got much relaxation time.
I feel like
even when we were at the pool. When we were
No.
at the pool, we still had a camera in our face and still had to do what they told us to do. It wasn't free time.
No. And anytime they say put your swimsuit on and come on camera, that makes me want to kill myself. So
oh my gosh, I know. It's bad
don't
enough
worry.
Going on camera with clothes on, let alone
exactly.
bathing
Suit. Now, don't worry, we're gonna have a bathing suit on soon enough. Because now we're in Miami, we see the beach. Abby is walking the girls to the beach and she's holding Mackenzie's hand. She's holding Mackenzie's hand several times through this episode. I love when everybody's always like, she was awful to this girl and this girl and this girl. There were definitely times when she was very good to some of these girls. Mm-hmm. And it's obvious, Yeah. But I do want to say, why is it that if we were at the beach, we would have to wear a swimsuit and they didn't make Abby wear one?
Exactly. That's not fair.
Why didn't they make her?
Yeah, that's not fair because we had to wear one.
On.
Yeah, we had to wear one.
Yes. I was like, can I
Mhm.
just wear this? They're like, no, swimsuit. Has to be a
Yep.
swimsuit. Yeah, for
Yep.
sure. So the kids and Abby are at the beach, which I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but whatever. And we're at the
Especially with
hotel.
Paige just having her foot
Yes.
surgery done.
Yes.
Like,
With
let's let her jump
sand.
around in the sand and then
Yes.
in the dirty water. Like,
Yeah, I thought that too. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I forgot. Abby's wearing a pink rhinestone headband on the beach. So
oh
have
my
a
God.
cocktail. Why does she have a rhinestone headband on at the beach? I feel like that would reflect into someone's eyes and cause an accident.
Who knows why she does what she does?
Yeah. Oh, I love that in her interview, Chloe says she thinks it's good that they will have some free time to go to the ocean and have relaxation time. You're with Abby. That is not free or relaxing, Chloe.
Or relaxing, no. And then they're practicing on the beach.
On the sand. Yeah. And did you notice that Brooke is wearing her cover up the whole time?
I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. Yeah. When I watch it every single week, if she doesn't have a shirt on, she has her arms crossed over her stomach. It's ridiculous.
She's wearing a little like tank dress on the beach over her swimsuit while everybody else is just wearing swimsuits.
Yeah.
So then they show us at the pool. Here's our fabulous swimsuit shots. And Melissa's like, no kids, no Abby. Yay. And then we cut back to the beach and Abby's like, who watched beach blanket bingo? And Nia, the only one who did. Well, see, she had time. Okay. She didn't come to dance.
She didn't come to class. Yeah, exactly. And you know, like Abby says she doesn't punish kids for like what their parents do. Mm-hmm. We should have pulled that. Like my kids Paige couldn't even pronounce the lady's name, let alone what it was. So we didn't do our homework. Like we didn't have the kids do it. So we should have been doing the push-ups, not the kids.
Exactly. Yeah. But she makes the kids do 50 push-ups. I told your mothers to make sure you watch the movie. And she says, this really scares me. The mothers aren't backing up Abby Lee Miller or her lessons for the girls.
Oh,
should we stop drinking every time she talks about herself in third person? Because it's a lot.
No, we don't want to drink that much.
Oh, well, it's Friday. I thought we did. Okay, never mind. All right. So Nia then shows Abby the moves that she saw in the movie. Abby points out that those are the same moves that are in the group dance. And then all the girls start doing the dance on the beach and Summer Love Song is playing.
I know.
And
the instrumental of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Summer Love Song is playing. And also I have the cutest pictures of the girls at the beach, that day.
Yeah.
I think remember they buried some.
Yeah, they buried Kenzie, remember? The only thing showing was her neck, like her head.
But the rest of them, they're the cutest pictures of them running in and out. Tammy must have taken those or something. Somebody from the crew took those for us because obviously we weren't there.
Yeah.
Yep. So the girls are doing gymnastic tricks on the beach. You know, Paige with her exposed open wounds.
Yes, because that's what everybody should do.
Yeah. And then Abby's laying there sunbathing, and the girls all run up to her to hug her. And I want to point out the two that run first and grab her and hug her first are Brooke and Chloe. And she's like,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So those kids wanted nothing more than her approval, attention, friendship, love, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then she asked where Kenzie is, and the girls are like, I don't know. And she's like, Jesus, you had to go.
We lost Kenzie.
Kenzie says, I could have got lost at sea.
Oh, no, that was another
that was fed
thing she was told to say. Yes.
Of course. So then we're back at the pool and we're asking you about how Paige's feet are, regardless of the fact that she's on the beach with them.
Well, did you hear her at the beach? When they were at the beach, she's like, ouch, my feet. Like they didn't show her saying it, but you can hear her in the background saying, ouch, my feet.
Poor Paige. I did not know that.
Yeah, I
didn't hear it. And then you tell us that there's moments when her feet are bothering her. And if you watch her walk, she's all on her tippy toes on one foot and her heel on the other. And she's sure she'll be fine. And if she isn't, you're not going to let her dance. And then I say, well, Nia might sneak into her room tonight with a cigarette and
burn it with a cigarette. So she has a blister.
And Holly's
that was me.
She will not.
You never know.
It's
Tanya
funny.
Harding thing, right?
Yeah. And then on the beach, Abby asked Paige about her feet. She says, Paige says it hurts when she walks or run. And Abby says, well, then
Abby
don't
says
walk or
not
run.
to do it. Yeah.
And
Like,
Paige is
okay.
like looking at her like,
You don't walk or run, but you can dance
yeah, exactly.
on the beach in the sand.
In the sand. Correct.
Yes.
Back to us. You ask Holly how Nia's doing, and Holly says that she hopes that she can pull it off. Oh, I have to say, Abby clearly got, again, spray tan for Miami because she's aggressively orange. She's so aggressively orange. And also, you and I are drinking coffee at the pool. So in case you're wondering.
Oh, we always have our coffee everywhere we go.
Everywhere we go, coffee
We're
at the pool.
coffeeaholics.
Yes.
Yummy.
All right.
I like
so,
coffee.
mhm. So it's competition day. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's not competition day. We are at some Canton, I don't know, arena. It's the Memorial Civic Center. And Kendall is warming up backstage. Jill's helping her stretch. Jill tells us in her interview that Kendall's excited to be dancing today with the Harlem Globetrotters. It's a cheerleader dance, and the crowd will appreciate what Kay brings to it.
It's a cheerleader dance.
It's a cheerleader dance. And before Kendall performs, Cathy tells her she can do it. She'll be spectacular and do good. This is
How about
Candy
Jill?
Apples and
This-
Kendall.
Jill saying this can open a lot of doors for Kendall.
Yes, tons. So many.
Yeah. That
So
little thing in Canton, Ohio.
Just like that meat suit commercial could open up so many
Exactly.
doors for Chloe. I mean,
Yeah.
look. And Candy Apples. Cathy thinks that they could even take it on the road. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Sorry. And in her interview, Kendall says this is the most people she's ever danced for. Actually, Kendall, every week you're dancing in front of millions, but
Or more,
probably
yeah.
that you know of.
in the stands.
Sure.
Yeah.
And she feels pressure not to disappoint her mom and Cathy. And then Kendall's announced as Canton's own Candy Apple Kendall. That's what
Oh
the
my
announcer
goodness. Are you
said.
kidding me?
And Jill says she's nervous. This is the biggest thing Kendall has done. Oh, and that's when she'll open the doors.
Yeah.
And then Kendall performs, but she's wearing like a race car outfit. And it's
Yeah, and
basketball.
she's a cheerleader. And she's supposed to be a cheerleader. Like,
I
why
didn't
wouldn't she have
get
like a
it.
little cheerleader outfit on, kind of?
I don't know. And
Yeah,
I
I
wanted
don't
to
know either.
choreograph the number.
I don't know.
I don't know. It
I-
doesn't look like
maybe
Cathy
Cathy.
choreography. I
I
wonder
don't
if
know.
it was an old
Something
Studio
old
19
solo or
dance.
something. It might have been.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm surprised
So
the
then-
Globetrotters agreed to be on the show.
Well, don't you remember like back in the 70s, like they were on every show. They were even like on Scooby-Doo, like the cartoon
Oh,
Scooby-Doo.
really?
Yes, they were on every show.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
You don't remember
I guess
that?
I didn't watch all the Scooby-Doos.
You didn't watch. You didn't watch Kelly.
I do
You like
watch
Scooby?
Scooby-Doo.
They eat Scooby snacks.
I do. I like Scooby. I just didn't see that episode, I guess.
The Harlem Globetrotters.
I was probably
were on
at
it.
dance class.
But after Kendall dances, the Globetrotters do congratulate her. They're really cute. They all like try
They're
to high five her.
high-fiving
There's a
and,
tall
yeah,
one
they're
she
cute.
can't reach. But I'm jealous that they were spinning the basketball and put it on her finger.
I know.
always wanted to do
That's
that
so
when I was
cool.
a kid.
Yeah.
Yes. So now they show us entering the competition. Abby's excited about the competition. It's a gorgeous campus. And in the dressing room, she tells us that everyone is on a dance team, but they also go to dance class. And she wants all the other teams to say, we can't believe those girls from Pittsburgh. Wow.
Ooh,
Pittsburgh. In the green room, Paige is icing her feet. And I say, it doesn't look too good. I'm thinking they probably wanted me to set some stakes kind of high for that.
yeah, probably.
Because I probably knew Paige was fine to dance, but I had to make it dramatic.
Yeah.
So then Abby expresses her concern with Paige and says that she'd rather pull the number when the judges are on break than right before they go on. And Paige says she can do it. Now, I have to say, Paige was not overly convincing. But that I
She's
don't
like,
think
I
has any-
think I can do it.
Yeah, she's like,
I think I can do it. But
Because-
if you were Paige and Abby was asking you that,
Yes.
like, 'cause if
Yes.
she messed one thing up, she's going to be crucified, you know?
Yes. And if Abby said, do you think you can do it? And Paige said, no, she would be crucified.
Exactly. Yeah.
So there is no winning answer for Paige.
Exactly. Exactly.
She's like, yeah, I think I can.
Yes.
Sure.
But how about Abby says she better not be lying?
Oh.
Like, how
I
can you be
know.
lying? Like, she's gonna go out and she's gonna do her best. Like, that's not lying.
Yes.
That's pretty much telling the truth. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do the best I can.
Yeah, for sure. We see the girls go out, they perform. Right off the bat, I can tell you without a doubt that is not the right music for this dance.
No.
This dance was musical theater, and that music was like, I don't even know what it was.
I don't either.
It was so much cuter as a musical theater dance.
Yeah. Yeah.
The costumes don't
It
make
was a
sense
cute
with
dance.
that music. It was very cute.
Yeah.
I
like
might
those costumes.
Yeah, they took a lot of really cute like promo pictures in those costumes.
Yeah.
I think somewhere it might be on Chloe's YouTube. If it is, I'll just put it on the Patreon, but I don't know if I have it. I think I have the rehearsal of them on the gym floor with the real music. I think because
really?
you see me later in the audience, I have my flip camera. You can see me holding my flip camera.
Yeah.
And so I think I had them do it before or after. So I had it on tape, but
what is the
definitely
thing
not
with
the
the
music.
gym floor?
What do you mean?
I think I've never been to a competition that was in a gym before the show.
No,
Have
I
you?
think because the show was running out of places that would let us film.
Okay, because like I've never gone to a dance competition on a gym floor ever in my life, and we have twice already, and we're only in season 2.
Yes, I think it was honestly because we couldn't find competitions who would let us in because they heard about us.
Yeah, those psycho moms, dance teacher.
The girls are adorable, but I don't know about the adults. So Paige is proud of herself for dancing through the pain. And then up next, which is really odd, we see the group, but it's probably not odd that the group is up before the solos because of the drama with Neo's solo. So the group is next, and you have a special part.
Yeah, lucky me.
How
Let me
did
walk
you
out
get
in front of
that
all
job?
them people. I don't know. I sure as hell didn't want it.
I feel like Abby made you do it because your dress was similar in color to the costumes.
Well, what was Melissa's excuse?
She had a red dress on. Your dress was orange.
I know. But you're saying that's why Abby picked me. Well,
Yeah.
Why did she pick Melissa?
Because her dress wasn't orange. It didn't match the costumes. I think you got the special part because you had the right
was
costume.
with me.
Oh, she was?
Yes.
I thought it was just you.
No, it was me and Melissa.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you rubbed Abby's feet on the plane. You got a special part.
Maybe.
And well, I'm making a face at you when you're carrying the umbrella out. So I was apparently very upset. I didn't get the special part.
Well,
yeah.
next time you can have it.
I don't want it. The group performs. I thought this dance was really cute. But there were parts that I was like, oh God, like the part where Mackenzie's rolling, they're rolling on the floor, Mackenzie's sliding across them. I know why it's in there because it is choreography from that time, but it looks very messy.
Yeah.
But other parts of the dance I thought were really cute.
I agree.
Yep. And in Melissa's interview, she knew it was going to be fabulous. She could tell from their attitudes, their costumes were adorable, and she really loves this dance. Abby in her interview said everyone doing something different in this choreography worked out in their favor, and the crowd went crazy when Brooke did her round off back layout step outs.
Yay. Oh, yay. Yeah. How about they had Paige do a round off back tuck? Like, landing on your foot from a back tuck. Like, why would you not have that? I would like not put that in there that week, but she's never done that in a dance ever before.
Ever.
I mean, a solo she has, but never in a group dance has anything Paige ever done something like that.
Nope. But, well, we had to make sure her feet.
Yeah.
Her feet could withstand anything.
Yeah.
This is the first time in those costumes. I think this was my very first Instagram picture that I ever posted. Was Chloe in this costume out next to, like when we were on lunch, I took a picture of her out in the tree. I think, I don't know.
Is that where we were climbing the trees?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I have a picture of that too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I sent you that one.
We were out back and there was like a tree sort of on the edge of the parking lot. It's like a park kind of.
Yeah.
And
it had all those branches, and I think every one of the girls were up in the tree.
In the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
I
almost
have that
positive.
picture, I think.
Yeah. I'm going to scroll back before we get to Patreon. I don't know if I can get the whole way. I may have deleted it at some point, like because I went back and tried to clean up, but I know for a fact that was the first picture I ever posted. Yep. So there's a fun fact for all of you.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get to the ensemble awards. And right away, you know that we didn't do well because I say the group was clearly the best and the most entertaining. So I'll be surprised if we don't win first. Well, we're not winning if I say that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So we get third. So third place. And then second place is the trio. I just love every time they're in their cute little pink jackets. It's the cutest.
Yeah.
And Abby in her interview says she's proud of the girls, even if they didn't take first place. The competition
was dancing against high schoolers.
But
why would they be competing against high schoolers?
I don't know, Kelly.
Was it all one age group?
Maybe.
Because it really wasn't like a
real
competition.
Not real, but you know what I mean? Like a big one. I don't know, but I think it's odd that Abby said that she was happy even if they didn't win. Because when have we ever heard that? Exactly. Never. But
she has solos that are going to shine.
That's true.
Because that way the solo wins, then she's a winner.
Correct. Because now we're back in the dressing room and the girls say they think they did well and everyone agrees that there was tough competition. Abby congratulates them before reminding us all this is Miami. The dancers will be amazing. So the girls should be even more amazing. And she has her solos that will shine. Do you think she's talking about Nia and Chloe? I don't know.
I don't know about that either.
Yeah. Kelly.
We'll see.
Yeah. So then we see Chloe, Maddie, and Nia walking into the gym and they're holding hands. And Melissa in her interview says that she's nervous for Maddie's solo because last time she danced on a gym floor, she slipped. And we get a flashback of Maddie's solo when she slipped. I think I pointed this out on Patreon, but I don't think we ever said it on the real episode. We got a lot of shit on different platforms. I think I don't go to Reddit, but somebody said like, oh, they're destroying you guys on Reddit. And I'm like, for what? Because apparently Maddie finished her dance, but we didn't give her credit for finishing her dance when she slipped on the floor. I don't remember Maddie finishing her dance. She may have. They didn't show it. I was going by with whatever they showed on TV.
On the show. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't have
They don't always show anything. Just like Brooke last week did a solo and won the whole thing and they didn't show it. They don't always show everything. And I have a little bird brain. People remember. I don't remember what I did this morning, let alone what happened at a dance competition.
You have a bird brain. Okay, so wait, look at this. Let me show you. My very first Instagram post. It was on January 22nd. January 23rd, 2012. It was the day, I think it was the day after the competition, but that's my very first Instagram picture.
Cute.
See? Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I didn't even put a caption on. I just posted a picture. All right. So Maddie dances first. Melissa is crying as she's watching. And in her interview,
said it's her favorite, one of her favorite dances.
Yeah, the song is beautiful. Maddie got into character and it touched her heart.
I actually did like that song.
I did too. I mean, the song didn't stand out to me when I was watching it, but I like the choreography. But I always like Maddie's choreography.
Yeah.
So her choreography is good. And but oh my God, Kelly, did you hear Abby screaming in the audience? She talks about us never screaming.
Yeah. We're not allowed to do that. She was
losing her shit screaming in the audience. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay.
Maybe she felt like since we were in a gym, she was allowed to do that.
Because it was a sporting event.
It wasn't an auditorium. Yes.
Maybe. So up next is Chloe. She's excited for her solo. The costume is perfect for Miami and she loves it.
I didn't get why that was perfect. It was like dark and
it was dark green. It wasn't.
Yeah, like I didn't understand why she said that. Yeah,
I don't know. Whatever. Oh, when I'm watching, that's when you can see me holding my flip camera as she's performing. I thought the dance was good. I mean, there were things in it like that leg catch turn thing that she's never done in a dance before in her life. I have no idea where that came from, but whatever. Great. I'm glad she's being challenged. But Abby tells us that Chloe performed well. She had a few things she could improve on. There were new turns in her dance that she didn't think she's ready for, but otherwise, good job. Next up is Holly's interview. And Holly tells us that Nia was shaking up from her argument with Abby, and she's concerned it will take Nia's focus off the dance. I mean, I don't know why Holly would think that.
It happens to everybody who has a solo.
I know. So as Nia begins to perform, she obviously very, very soon, as soon as the dance starts, like she forgets her dance. The music goes like, oh, it like slows down. It's like faded out. And Holly mouths to Nia, keep going, but Nia is frozen. And in Holly's interview, like I felt this viscerally in my chest when Holly was like, you know, her worst fears are coming true. Her heart begins to hurt, like to break.
Because what do? It's like your child is out there and you can do nothing. And
exactly.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. And then you see Abby's face in the audience and she like turns and she's looking at Holly because Holly's getting up. But you like, instead of Abby getting up to be like, oh, let's go make sure everything's okay, she's like just watching Holly with dagger eyes.
Yeah.
And of course, Nia runs off crying and Holly's in shock. Chloe and Maddie run up, they hug Nia. The girls are trying to run out of the gym. Holly runs after them and Nia is just sobbing. And she tells Holly that she forgot it. And Holly's giving her like such a great pep talk. She's like, you know this dance, you know it in your body. You're going to do it again. It's your time to shine. And you have to stop psyching yourself out because you're an amazing dancer and there's nothing to be afraid of. And then Holly tells us, you know, what do I have to lose if I ask the competition director if Nia can go again? And the competition director was amazing to Nia. You know, she's like, take a breath. She's like, I'll find another spot for you.
I don't think they've ever done that before.
No.
Like if you forget your dance, that was your chance. Like you don't go again.
No.
I've never seen them do that.
If anybody else has ever seen that happen, like drop us a comment because I've been
because I've never seen that.
I've been to a couple dance competitions in my life. I've never seen that happen.
Yeah, I never did either.
Maybe, I mean, hell, honestly though, you're filming Dance Moms there. Maybe the competition director felt like she had to say yes. Maybe she felt bad for Nia, you know, like, I'm sure there's more extenuating circumstances than just some random kid who forgot her solo. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So Holly speaks to the competition director. She says that she will find her a spot and they go back to the dressing room for Nia to get ready. And she's rehearsing and Abby walks in and just makes like one of her faces. Abby says, I hear that you're going to dance again. And she's like, well, if you're going to dance again, you need to be 1,000 times better than the first time. I'm shocked that Abby wasn't meaner about that.
Yeah. I'm surprised she let that happen.
Mm-hmm. I am too.
Yeah.
And then Abby says, it's not just about this routine on this day. It's a life lesson. Everyone needs to learn that she's preparing Nia for the future. And the future in this business is tough. You don't get a second chance. We know.
Second's always the first to lose.
So Nia does go out and she performs again. And honestly, I thought when Nia started, I thought her aerials looked better. I thought she looked overall more confident. So Abby was like, oh, you need to be better. I thought she looked better.
I thought she did too.
Jump.
Yeah.
And after she performs, she comes off stage, you know, obviously like the girls are hugging her. Holly hugs her. And Holly says in her interview that she's so happy for Nia for facing the audience and performing with smiles, energy, and proving to herself that she could do it. So it is time for solo awards.
And so here's our answer to that. The awards, it was from 1st to 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
That's a wide range.
Yeah, that is that
was
first
the
grade.
Age
you're what? 6, and 5th grade you're 11.
Yeah, that's what they said. 1st to 5th grade.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, in 3rd place is Nia. And in her interview, the world's biggest hypocrite says, Nia acted like a responsible dancer. If you fall off a bike, you get right back on it. Good for her. When has Abby ever been supportive like that?
Earlier, Abby was like, you don't ever go back and do it because you have to be 100 times better, 1,000 times better. So she's contradicting herself.
I mean, if this episode wasn't
because Nia went out and did good, that's why she's saying.
Oh yeah,
it
Of
was
course.
a good thing. If she would have went out
she-
and socked, it would have been like, you never do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that the name of this episode should be like Giant Hypocrite, but it can't be because it has to be about our iconic TikTok song or sound, whatever. Second place is Chloe. And first place is Maddie. Abby tells us that she is proud of her girls. All the solo is placed. She's so glad they came to Miami and kicked some tan butts. And in the dressing room,
her fake tan.
Oh, in the dressing room, I can't wait for the episode where she goes and gets 2 spray tans on top of each other, and she's actually the color of a traffic cone. I don't know if you were still there when that happened.
I don't know. I don't think I remember.
Kelly, we were like, it was actually a point that we had to talk about upstairs because it was so wild.
Oh
like
my gosh.
it was she was fluorescent orange.
Ew.
It was
like,
crazy.
does she look in the mirror and think that looks good?
I don't know. It was bad. Anyway,
We
in
should
the
let her
dressing room,
borrow our tanning machine.
I know. Oh my God, you could spray tan her. Then that's how you get special parts or the top of the pyramid, but you'd have to do it in nude. Could you imagine?
Oh God. No, thank you. I don't want special parts. I'll pass.
Jill would do it. In the dressing room, Abby tells Nia it was good that she came back and placed. She thinks that she can wait, what? She advised her to think about, she tells her to think about what she could do better so that it never happens again. And she places higher. And you do see a great shot of me putting on my makeup in the mirror for no reason.
Do you have a date or something afterwards?
No, but I'm going to tell you what happens is Abby tells us all to have a good weekend in Miami, and then everyone seems tired, but the clubs don't even open until midnight. And
yeah, she's telling that to our 10-year-olds.
Right. But she's also saying it to the moms. And if you notice, the moms say the only club they're going to is Club BED, Bed. The only voices you hear in that are Melissa and Holly.
Exactly.
You and I are going to Fountain Blue.
We're going to, yeah.
We're going to live in Fountain Blue.
Yep.
So I was cracking up because I was like, well, Christy and Kelly aren't chiming in that they're not going out. So
exactly.
We did go out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely remember going out.
Yeah.
I actually think Abby made the girls go to Fountain Blue. And you and I just stayed.
They did. She made them, and like we walked. I remember walking them around the bar area to show them it, and then we took them outside. Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah, yeah. Because the club is like off of the
round,
lobby. Like because there's a bar right in the middle of the lobby. Yeah. Like it's like a hotel bar. It's not like there's people all around it. But then the club Live is down, which that's where we wanted Kalani to take us, and she took us to that shitty place.
I know,
Kalani. We need a do-over. Although I can't go to Miami with Kalani. Once was plenty. Thank you, Kalani. Oh my. All right. So how many drinks did you need to get through this episode?
Just say one. I mean, I guess because Paige, I was a bad mom and had my daughter dancing with a bad foot, but
you weren't a bad mom. I thought this was an easy episode. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, although we'll talk about later. It was an easy episode for me to watch because of how they edited it. That week was a hard week.
Yeah.
It was a really tough week for all of us. That was a bad week. But watching it, I'm gonna say like 2
it wasn't bad,
not 2, 0, whatever. Okay. What were your favorite lines?
I had a few.
Okay.
I have ours, and then there were 2.
That's the best line of all time.
The 2 bitches are left. Yeah. But then I have, I would never let a kid's parent hold them back. And I love that. I can't believe that came out of her mouth.
I know.
Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I know.
And I also liked, if you don't point that foot, I'm going to come break it.
Yep.
And this is my domain. I'm the principal here.
Okay. You took all of mine except for one. I had most of those, except for I also had Holly when she said if she has to deal with the evil witch Abby, she will. I thought that was funny. She called her the evil witch because Holly doesn't usually say shit
exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
So that's why it was fun. What about felonies and misdemeanors?
I don't know. I mean, maybe me because Paige was dancing with a bad foot.
No, but you would have had a misdemeanor before then.
I don't know.
I mean, I think
I
the
think
felony,
I did anything else.
Brooke had her hair brushed in pyramid. She must have really liked Nolan at that point because her
I
hair
know.
looked cute.
I know.
I don't think I had any sequins on this episode.
Thank goodness.
I posted on my Instagram. I mean, I think I was a
Yeah.
good girl.
Me too.
Oh, I like these kind of episodes.
Yeah, they're very far
Few and far between, for sure.
Yes.
Oh, I suspect next week, I didn't see the full, isn't next week the one about Melissa and her engagement?
I don't know.
I think we go to Chicago and it's when we get served the papers from the attorney. So I'm sure we'll be bitches next week.
I'm sure.
Yes. So this week I'm going to just take it. It was a good week for us on TV.
Yes.
So I probably didn't get any death threats on Twitter, which is always
that's a good thing.
That's a good one. All right. Well, we will see you guys over on the after party or next week. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Back to the Bar.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to listen to your podcasts.
And check out our YouTube channel, Back to the Bar, if you want to watch the episodes. The channel is linked in our show notes.
And if you want to join our weekly after party,
where we dish even more dirt,
like naked pizza, Kel, subscribe to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/backtothebar. See you next time.
See you next time.
Baby, I just wanna dance, dance.